What are we? What makes us what we are? And what we're going to be? I think it's that right there. It's grit.
Welcome back to the All Grit podcast. I'm your host today, Adrian, the OC. We got Plax back. We got him activated back from injury reserve. He's back with us, people. Give him a round of applause for Plax.
Long time no see, but I'm back.
Activated from IR. I love it. And we got Clay, our stat guy. And today we have a special guest, Mr. Eric Wagner. Goes by E-Wags. How we doing, Eric?
Pretty good. Not too bad.
You nervous? How you feeling?
Little bit. I'm nervous.
Awesome. Well, thanks for hopping on for us to just chat it up. And today we're going to talk about one of the more exciting games, I think, in Lions history. Is we are actually hosting a divisional playoff game at Ford Field. It's going to be a classic, and it's got a little history tied too. I mean, I think the last time Washington was in the playoffs, they played Detroit. Am I right?
Correct.
Yeah. So, I mean, that last time was in your guys' favor. You guys took that win. But that was back in like 91, I want to say.
And we were, I think we were the number one seed. It's really, the parallels to this is really bizarre.
I know. It's almost poetic.
Yeah. Yeah. It really is.
Man. So, well, let's jump into it. Some of our listeners, to get to know you, Eric, tell us how you became a Washington fan.
Well, it did begin in that 91 season. That was my high school year.
Really?
And so me and my friends were just hanging. We didn't really talk football, but we started kind of getting around. Like some people were like picking teams and stuff.
Yeah.
And Lions were always around, but it was like, I don't know. I think it was just the NFC East, I always like the colors, that logo was, I always loved it. But then in that season was amazing because Mark Ripp and Joe Gibbs, it kind of just evolved into a fan back in 91.
Yeah.
And so that was the fun time, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like it's kind of like a band. I mean, it was just me, I'm like,
yeah.
Why are you picking the right? And that's what it was. I just loved the logo, and that season was epic. And so that's that. Yeah, I just became, and I've followed the team ever since then.
Yeah.
The ups and the mostly downs.
We feel you.
So that's why it's exciting. I get goosebumps right now because I'm riding that wave with, because I'm still a fan. And now you got the whole, because I listen to all the podcasts and stuff in the DC area. So that keeps me up to date with what's happening and stuff. So it's
nice.
Yeah, it's just one of those weird kind of things.
Yeah, no, I love it. I'm glad you maybe can give us some intel on what the press is saying over in DC. But yeah, we feel you, man. As Lions fans, we've been through the ringer as well. And the funny thing is, like, for me, when I became a fan, it's like we didn't even have that great season. Like, I just like Megatron, and even though the team was losing, but all these guys, Plax and Clay, they've probably been a fan longer than I have, and they've seen some more painful endings. I know Clay's seen a lot of them.
Yeah, quite a bit. And I don't remember. I remember because I was just a kid, like 5, when the Washington Lions playoff game happened. So I don't remember. I remember my dad being super excited about the Dallas win. And I remember watching that. I remember us like around the TV watching that game. But the Washington game, I don't remember. I just remember my dad just being like really like depressed. So Oh, I think I just my mental. I kept the happy memory and tossed out the sad memory of that year. So,
Yeah.
but my cousin, he always was a huge Lions fan, and he really we always watched the game together growing up. So, a lot of downtimes, but sprinkle incitement in there. But it's good times right now. It's a lot of fun.
I know. I mean, look at us. Who would have thought? Like Washington, Detroit in the
Right.
divisional for the NFC. And it's been from our side. For me personally, it has been cool to just see the Commanders ascend in like a single season. You guys went from a fantastic draft, like not just Jaden Daniels, but everybody else that you guys drafted. Like from your perspective, Eric, what do you think has kind of been what's kind of led to the success this season for Washington?
Well, yeah, I don't know if you knew the ownership and all the turmoil that was going on there.
Yeah.
That was eliminated, and it took a long time for that sale to go through. But yeah, and this is what you didn't, when I was a fan back in 91, and then when it got sold in 99, I really didn't get to understand what was going on with that. But then, yeah, it led up to that craziness. And so, yeah, once the new ownership group, pretty sweet owner. I mean, you had Magic Johnson on this thing, man.
I know, man. Representing Michigan.
Weird stuff. Yeah, exactly. The tie-in again. But I think that getting rid of that, getting back to the general manager, having a general manager was very on point.
Yeah.
Before that was just a nightmare. And so they picked their coach, Dan Quinn from Dallas, the big defense guy.
Yeah.
They needed their culture needed to be changed.
Yeah.
And their culture has definitely changed.
Yeah.
It's very similar to Detroit's culture with your Dan
It
Campbell.
is. I mean, on our last podcast, for those listeners, if you want to go back to our previous one, I did do a little deep dive on how the Commanders actually took a lot of our people from the front office from the Detroit Lions, like your guys' assistant general manager, a couple of your contract finance guys. Just this year started with the Commanders and, took some of the stuff they learned from Detroit to instill in Washington. And it's been a great year for you guys. So how does this compare for you, Ewags? Just like this year, you guys win a playoff game in Tampa. You got a playoff win for like the first time in 30 years, right? Since like 91 or whatever it is. How does this compare in your memory of being a fan for the Commanders now?
It's very positive. It's very I don't know, the doink that led us to Detroit. I mean, the way it happened was just, so it's very memorable, and it's going to be, the last time was in 2005 is when they beat Tampa Bay. So
was it? Okay.
So there's a little more weirdness with the Tampa Bay aspect of it, because we opened the season with Tampa Bay, and then we, shut them down. But yeah, so it's that's a big memory for me right now. It's so fresh right now.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's talk the game then. Like going into Saturday, the Lions do have the NFL's most dynamic offense this year. We're not just saying it because we're fans. I mean, the numbers stand by it. What do you think the Commanders' defense needs to do to slow them down?
Well, this is one of those things I have been, like I said, listening to a lot of stuff, and the defense. I mean, we're gonna have a hard time holding Gibbs down. We know that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot of it's gonna just be, when Wagner's a little ankle issue right now.
Oh, he does, Bobby Wagner.
A little bit, yeah. And then you just got that Lattimore, that cornerback.
Yeah.
Traded for him, but he's not doing the best right now. So
really.
Oh yeah, he's not.
He's not.
Yeah, because
he was injured most of the season, wasn't he? He missed several games this year. So he's just kind of getting back into the swing of things the last few weeks.
Yeah, he's still.
I didn't know that.
With us. So defensively, it's not gonna be very strong, and we know that, but what are we? I say house money. We're kind of on house money. We got
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
And we're heavily relying just on him
Yeah.
doing some magic for us.
Yeah.
Because the
Yeah.
last 6 games, it's come down to the last minutes of those games since I think it started with
Just in Chicago, right? Chicago kind of like
that. Well, yeah, that got us fired up and broke
Right.
Chicago. I mean, ever since then they went on a bad run for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're just going to try to keep up with your offense. I think is our game plan.
Yeah.
We're going to try to keep the ball, but it's gonna be a fun game.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely is. Well, I saw some interesting. I mean, like the Buccaneers offense was like top 10 rated, like in different categories. It was a really good offense, but the Commanders seemed to be able to keep them under 30 points. You know, they won the game. What was it that your guys' defense did against Tampa Bay that was able to control that offense?
I would say the biggest thing is just that was a fumble on Baker's part. The defense really didn't have anything. I mean, Wagner pounced on it and got it, but they held the ball a lot. I don't know what was the fourth quarter? They had the ball for like 9 minutes. No, it was the third quarter.
That long drive.
9-minute drive. And so I think possession wise, Washington was like 7 possessions.
Yeah.
And then in Tampa was like 7 or something like that. They didn't have any punts or any interceptions.
Yeah.
So, but defensively, I don't know. That's a good. I mean, it's a good question. I don't know.
Well, I'll ask Plex real quick because I noticed in that game, Plex. I don't know if you watched it, but the Commanders were loading the box with like 8, 9 guys at times to stop the run. Yet the Bucks were insisting to run the ball when they were just showing their cards that they were gonna load the box. What do you do as a Lions offense? Do you try to challenge that and establish the run, or do you take what the defense gives you and throw it?
I mean, I definitely think they're going to try to establish a run, just like any team. I don't think Detroit's going to be. We've seen them come out in some games with some tough defensive line and kind of throw early to set up the run. Which I think we could see that. I mean, that's similar to what happened when we lost to Tampa Bay. Week 2 or 3.
Yeah.
They came out really putting the emphasis on the pass. But we got Montgomery back. I think they'll give him a shot.
Yeah.
I don't think they're like Washington has a good defense. They're opportunistic, I would say. A lot of turnovers, and I think that was their best attribute in the game against Tampa last week. They had a couple turnovers deep, and they were able to capitalize that, get points, and like you said, kind of just hold the ball and keep it out of Tampa Bay's hands. And I think that's going to be the game plan for both teams Saturday. Both, we had a spectacular defensive performance against Minnesota last time out. Can't really honestly expect that to go the same way. We're still a banged up defense. Washington doesn't have a very good run defense. So I think it's going to be kind of a field position or at least just a game of keep away. Washington, they can score quick. Daniels, dynamic runner as well. I think we've historically not done super well against running quarterbacks. So I think that's going to be a big focus on our part on defense.
Yeah.
We've played a few guys this year who we had to worry about their legs, and they usually have a spy. But yeah, I mean, it's really easily to think that the Lions are going to kind of just blow them out, but I don't see it. I mean, Washington's here for a reason. They won 12 games.
Yep.
It's a pretty evenly matched game, honestly. I'm looking forward to it. It could be, it could be a real shootout.
Yeah.
Fourth down frenzy for both coaches, man. So
right, I like that too. I mean,
that up.
Washington's one of the really only other teams they're not scared to go for it on 4th down. They got a gutsy coach. We can definitely respect that.
Yeah. Now I hadn't really watched a Washington game until they played the Bucks here in the playoffs, so I was unaware that they were also playing the same game we do with going it for fourth down. Has that been throughout the whole season, Eric, or is like at some point did you guys start doing that a little more? Or
Yeah, it's been a majority of the season has been like that. We've just been,
yeah,
yeah, that's what it's so weird. It's like we're just
man,
taking, because you guys start. When did you guys get Dan Campbell?
we got
Was it like
2021, I believe.
21? Okay, yeah. So it's like, yeah, it's like it's so similar in that sense.
Yeah.
It's just we got this quarterback that we're able
Yeah.
to do this with. We got Cliff Kingsbury as an offensive coordinator,
Yeah, he's a good
which
OC.
that role for him, I think, is really good because in Arizona, I think he didn't have the right quarterback,
Yeah.
and they got weird stuff. But so yeah, anyways, yeah, fourth down, fourth and inches, fourth and 4. I think
Yeah.
he did a 4th and 11 against.
Yeah.
Oh, was it? Well, see, that's another interesting thing. Yeah, Dallas, we got a good second quarterback. Mariota did good for us. Got
Yeah.
us the Dallas game and the Carolina game this year.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I had
They
no
kind of
idea
bring
he
him in on
started
fourth
those
downs
games.
too, which is kind of cool. They change him up. They'll run Mariota out there for a.
It's very similar the way that
Yeah.
Jaden runs. So they're really evenly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
I will admit it's going to be kind of weird from our side seeing another team be as aggressive as we are on fourth downs. Like
Mhm.
to be on the receiving end of fourth downs, like I expect Washington to be this game is going to be uncomfortable for us.
Yes.
I'd like to say.
Yeah. Well, no.
It makes teams uncomfortable, and that's why it's such an advantage to do it.
Yep. You guys
So
are
what's
gonna have pack. You're gonna have that place filled up though.
Oh yeah,
Your
dude,
guys'
it's
home
gonna be
field,
rocking.
man, it's gonna be so loud.
Yeah, I think standing room is sold out. It was just like I
Mm.
think people are just gonna show up to tailgate outside. It's gonna be loud. I did see like on social media they were the Commanders, they were practicing with like loudspeakers and
Oh
trying
yeah.
to make some noise to simulate what they might see
Mm-hmm.
at
Yeah,
Ford
very
Field.
smart.
Yeah. So we obviously know Jaden Daniels is like a superstar. I think after just like his first 5 games, we all saw the eye test that he's going to be great. But outside of Daniels on the team, like who would be maybe another X factor that you think would be crucial or important for them to have a big game?
Well, we'd like to see our running game get back to Brian Robinson was the running back. I mean, he still is, but he kind of hit the wall a little bit in game. He was the Dallas game, and so yeah, a running game. But Terry McLaurin, I mean, we've got a good receiver, a good heart.
Yeah.
He's been with the team since 19, so
Yeah.
he's been through all the weird, the crazy stuff, and
Yeah.
he's a good leader. And the new coach kept him. I mean, they got rid of a lot of their stuff when the new coach came in. He's like, all of our number 1 picks were gone.
They
Mhm.
call him Scary Terry for a reason. So
Yeah, Scary Terry. Yeah, so
We don't like Buckeyes though. He's a Buckeye.
he's a yeah. We do have that Sanders still. We picked up him on the draft.
Mikey. Yeah. That was a good pickup. I was kind of mad when you guys drafted
really
him.
well this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's our cornerback. He's good. We like him. And then we got Ertz. We got gave him a little boost because I didn't know he was sitting for a while somewhere because he went from what was it, Cardinals after Cardinals? Because he started with the Eagles, but
Yeah.
then he went to the
Well, he was on the Lions roster for like 2 weeks last
That's
year
what
in
it
the
was.
playoffs.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. And
Yep.
he was getting ready because if we would have beat San Francisco, he was then going to be ready to go for the Super Bowl.
Yes. Okay.
But we lost that game, so he never got to play. But we had him ready to go, man. It's a great bet. Yeah, he's the kind of guy you want on your roster.
Yeah, like a team leader, team builder, good. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So when it comes to looking at the roster, Eric, like you look at Washington, who's one player from the Lions you wish you had that would make your team even better? Maybe you see a
Oh.
weakness on the Commanders that's a strength that you would take from our team.
Yeah, we'd like to see Gibbs.
Yeah.
Yeah, to have that. He's for a rookie. No, he's a rookie. Was he a rookie last year?
Yeah, so it's a sophomore year, second year.
So he's a solid player. I'd love to have him. And well, we'd like to have Hutchinson.
Yeah.
But
We would like to too.
I know. Yeah, but your defensive is very strong. And I forget who your corner is too. You got a good corner over there. You got. Is everybody? How's it? Is everybody healthy or most or no? Who did you guys just get back? Was it a running back?
Yeah, Montgomery.
Anzalone just came back.
Anzalone, yep, our linebacker with the hair,
Okay.
Thor. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got him back, and he was a difference maker against Minnesota. So we are kind of a little bit on the uptrend on our defensive side. We lost a lot of players, but some of them are coming back.
Yeah. Your O
So-
line. I like your O line a lot too.
Yeah.
Respect.
Yeah, we do have a great O-line.
Yeah. Reminds
So
me of the Hogs.
Yeah. So if we reverse that, Plex, who would you pick up from the Commanders?
Who did I pick up? Wait a second. What?
You asked
What was
me.
the question?
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm asking
sorry.
Plex who
I'm
he
sorry.
would take from your team. Yeah. Maybe for this game.
I like McLaurin. I mean, we got a
Yeah.
solid wide receiver room, but he's made some unbelievable plays this year. I mean, we know he's a Buckeye, which is unfortunate, but he's been an absolute beast. And I like Bobby Wagner. I mean, that dude's everywhere. I think he plays really hard, so
Yeah.
I'd probably go Wagner at linebacker spot, especially how thin we are there right now.
Yeah. What about you, Clay?
That's what I was leaning towards, is Wagner, especially after he was just on that fumble so quick when Baker fumbled it, and his eyes are just always where they need to be at all times, and he's just always been a stud.
Yeah. Yeah, he definitely has. I don't know. It'd be nice to have Mikey. I really like Sainer still, just because I feel like he fills a spot of need right now, like today. But yeah, those guys are good too. So Eric, which positional group on the Commanders do you think has the biggest advantage over the Lions on Saturday? Like, is it the D line? That you guys have. You guys have some good D line players, but we do have a good O line. Like, which positional group has an advantage on Saturday?
That's a tough one. Yeah, I mean, we got Josh Allen and D Payne.
Yeah.
Did you see his dislocated thumb? His finger was dislocated. It was jacked up badly. So
Well, that's good for us. Good.
But he's got a club. He's gonna have a club.
Okay.
So I don't know what he's gonna do there. But so those two, and because Allen was out for a long time, almost 10 games, I think he was out for, Jonathan Allen.
Yeah.
So I can't really say we got anybody that's.
Yeah.
We're a house money. I think it's just we're just.
Is that the sentiment right now from all the press in DC that you're listening to?
It kind of is. I mean,
Yeah.
we're they're making calls. They're saying just offense. Washington's going to score and Detroit's going to score. That's what they expect.
Yeah.
And so, but then there's the angle of Detroit and the history and how they want. You guys want this so bad.
Yeah.
You guys want this.
I know.
And I'm kind of the middle. That's why it's kind of weird for me doing it. It's because my friends. I mean, I'm gonna be watching the game in my room all by myself because I'm not gonna play or anything.
Because you're ever in Grand Haven, right? So just by yourself, like amongst Lions territory.
There's nobody else a Washington fan. and I don't want to be this part. It happened so fastly that I didn't expect this to happen. I really didn't.
Right.
It's really shocking to me. So I guess that's where I'm just like, it's tough.
I mean, you never know with playoffs. It's like the season starts over and it's like one game at a time, any given Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we were house money last year against Tampa. So I mean that was house money, man. It's a different it's a mentality, you know. So anything could,
Playing
it's like you
through,
said,
yeah.
playoff football, new season.
Yeah. New
It's
season.
literally like a
Eagles.
mirror. Like Washington's literally having like the exact same season as we did
Yeah.
last year. It's probably even more exciting. I mean, we finished the year prior on a hot run, so we knew we were trending upwards.
That's right.
I did not. I was hearing things over the summer that Washington could be a solid team. I mean, I didn't know enough about it to really know if that was true or not. And obviously, especially with a rookie quarterback, you just don't know. And I remember when they named Daniels the starter, which nowadays in the NFL, like any first round quarterback, they force them to start year one. And it's like 90% of the time, it just does not go well. And he's been outstanding the whole year. So for them to win 12 games, they win a game in the playoff. I feel like it's the same as us last year. I mean, it's like, holy crap, we made it. Now let's just see what else we can do. I mean, we had to go on the road last year, San Francisco, and you never know what could happen.
Yeah.
How'd you guys feel when we beat the Eagles? That helped you guys, right?
Oh man, yeah, I was super happy. Dude.
Yeah, I was. Thank you.
Because like I knew that we were gonna play Minnesota the last game and we could beat them. So it was just like we needed that one game for Philly to lose so that we could just have that clear path to the 1 seed. Yeah. So I will thank you guys for that. That was a nice solid.
Yeah, I don't like the Eagles,
So we do have a live recording, Eric, of some of your fellow fans from the Commanders right after they beat Tampa Bay. This was their reaction. So I gotta ask, was that the high of the game, or do you guys really want Detroit?
We're trying to imitate when we want Dallas chants back in the 80s, 90s. Yeah, I don't.
They were excited.
They're on a high.
They're on a high.
We lost a lot of fans during the bad years of this.
Oh yeah.
I mean, because that owner he did some stupid things and just. The investment you got to do this stuff, it costs money. It's like if you have an owner that's just taking your money and not giving you any results, it's dirty pool. So we lost a lot of fans, and so I think I don't know what's going on. I think they're just so excited. They're all over the place with that. That was after the Tampa game?
Yeah. There was like a live video of those guys celebrating in Tampa Bay. Yeah. We started chanting that.
I don't like that. It gives you guys fuel. We were just happy, like I said, since 05 since we won a playoff game.
Yeah,
18 years.
Yeah,
and so that was pretty big.
Yeah, that was us last year. I mean, like when we won that first playoff game versus LA, dude, we were like on cloud 9. Like
it was 30 years for us, right?
Yeah, we thought it was impossible for us to win a playoff game.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
So. I mean, for us young guys, we had never witnessed live of our team actually winning a playoff game. So, yeah. So, regardless of what happens on Sunday, let's just say you guys win, Eric.
Okay.
Who do you want to see in the championship game? Do you want to see your beloved Eagles?
I kind of do.
The Rams?
I do, but I don't. I mean, I would like to beat them another time.
Yeah,
or for that Washington to do that just to see what happened, because just for the sentimental, just for everything.
Yeah,
to beat him or St. Louis, right? Yeah, I think the Eagles. Yeah, I'd definitely like to face the Eagles for the NFC Championship.
Well, division rivalry. That would be a sweet game.
How about you guys?
I think, dude, I think we're gonna end up playing the Rams again. Like it just seems like it's like a movie, and it just like keeps coming back.
Yep.
Matthew Stafford and Sean McVay, and they looked pretty good against Minnesota on Monday, and the Eagles were a little shaky. So I feel like Rams got momentum, and it's just gonna end up us two. Winner goes the Super Bowl.
Yep.
That's who you guys played last time was the Rams?
Last year for our wild card game, yes, it was the
Oh,
Rams.
Okay. Yeah.
And then we play the Rams at the start of this year.
Yep.
You faced Stafford a few times.
Yeah.
The memories of that. Okay. Yeah,
Yep.
that's right. Yeah.
And all of them have been in Detroit at home.
Okay.
It's just like, again, it feels like a movie over and over.
Yep.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome.
all right, man. Well, what's your score prediction here? We'll finish up with some score
Okay.
predictions. What are you predicting final score on Saturday night?
Well, I got to pick us as winning. Washington 34, Lions 30.
Oh, okay. Close one then. 34-30. All right.
Like I said, we've been winning. Last 6 games have been down to like 3 points or less.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. If we can have the ball last.
I do feel scared that if we keep it close and it's just like a 3-point game at the end or something, and Jaden has the ball, he'll take the field. Like he'll go down the field.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's got that spark in him.
He's got.
But I don't think it'll get to that though.
Okay.
A score prediction, I'm thinking like 38-21.
Ooh, I'll take that.
38-21. Clay, what do you feel?
I'm still at 31-17.
All right.
Hey,
So,
that's
but yeah,
what
I'll
I
take
said. Oh no,
Yeah.
38-17 with Plax. Okay.
Yeah. Awesome, man.
Nice.
Well, Ewags, it's been a pleasure
Thanks for
talking
coming
to
by,
you
my
today,
man.
Thanks a
man.
lot for letting me come in. It's my
Thanks
first
for
time.
chatting some football with us. I know
Yeah.
you get a little lonely as a Commanders
I
fan in
know,
Michigan.
I listen right there.
Nah, it's good to talk football with you, man.
Yeah.
But no, as
Go
Lions
Lions.
fans and all Commanders, we're all stoked, dude. We're all stoked for this game, regardless. It's playoff football. We don't get it often from both sides, both these teams. So it'll be a fun one to watch. All right. Well, thank you for everyone that's listening in through YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music. Holla at us. Have fun at the game. Share the podcast with a friend. We're the All Gritt Podcast.